Hello and welcome to Stroke by Stroke. Today I am going to do another unboxing, and I'm going to test out and review these materials. They just came in the mail today. I got them, as you can see, through Amazon. And one of my favorite brands, White Nights. These are 3-tone granulation in a watercolor, Metamorphosis. These are not always available. So when I saw that they were available and I actually could afford them, I am going a little light on some of the foods. The cats and the dog are taken care of. I am taken care of, but I don't need anything fancy in the way of food. Beans and rice are perfectly fine by me. So I am actually going to put the money that I might have spent on, oh, I don't know, good yogurt or something, are gonna go to watercolors, at least for this month. And I'm okay with that. I know what my limits are, and this is okay, but I can't get anything else. This is the last unnecessary purchase for a while. So, oops. How do I open the box? Aha. That's always the hardest part, is figuring out how to unbox things. So these are 12 full pans. Like I said, White Nights. And one thing I love is, actually I can put this aside, they provide you with a swatch thing. And they come wrapped, so I will have to unwrap them myself. And I'll speed through that part so you don't have to deal with that. But the colors that we have are Rose Dream, Green Dream, Mint Dream, Blue Dream, Mountain Broom, Evening Broom, Morning Broom, Forest Broom, Green Mystery, Blue Mystery, Red Mystery, and Black Mystery. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the process here of doing these. Okay, so I'm gonna let these dry. They're too small to really be able to see what they can do. And I have some oil pastel on my hand. And so, but this will work very well as just a reminder to me. So now let's actually test these out. This is a piece of Canson XL paper. And I'm not going to bother to tape it, but we have 12, so I'll do things like this. And you know me, I don't worry about using rulers and perfection and all that. Just enough space here to give me some room. So, and I'm going to just shorten. And my dog is here to help. Hi, Maggie. All right, let's play. Bigger brush for this, because the paper's bigger and I can. Okay, so those are the swatches. And last but not least, let's set this over here so I can draw up. Let's just play with a real image sort of thing. And this is the New York Central Art Supply 100% cotton watercolor block, 9 by 12, 20 sheets, 120 pound, cold pressed, and it says acid free. So yes, so let's try this and see how it goes. And so I will do wet on wet, and I will be using dirty water that I used with the swatching, but that's okay. Let's see if this buckles. The yesterday's did buckle a little bit, which I was kind of surprised being a block. It wasn't terrible or anything, a lot less than the Canson XL, but the Arches I've worked very wet on wet, and it's never buckled on me on a block. So I don't know, but let's just see what happens here. Yep, it's buckling up a little bit too. Okay, well, good to know. And of course it has a pet hair in it immediately. Alright. So So by doing this, it gives me an opportunity to see how they mix together, what they do when the water drips down, stuff like that. So I did not intend for this to be a finished piece, but just a test to see what this paper paint is capable of. And also the paper. And I am not fond of the texture on this paper because it's too much of a pattern. Arches is a lot more, shall we say, what's the word I'm looking for? Varied, a more varied texture. And this is awfully patterned. But, you know, it's okay to use. And also, if I lift some of this color, I'm able to see other of the 3 colors, you know, for each of the paints. So. And that is when it gets exciting, I think. I think I might be able to do some really interesting abstracts with this paint. So I'm going to go ahead and close this for now. And I'm going to dry this. And then we'll take a close look and see what we have. So I don't think this paper is a very good test of how this will be, because I don't know if you can see or not, but see how it's settling in this pattern of texture, and I don't like that. So, and I'm not able to truly tell if it's the paper or the paint. So I'm gonna try a piece of my mineral paper, which all of this is, you know, I'm using many different variables here, which makes it not such a great perfect test, but in a way it kind of does, because it shows me what is possible. So I'm just going to use a little bit of the Scotch tape here to secure this. Move it up just a little bit. If I need to switch or change the camera angle, I will. Oops. Okay. All right, I'm going to check the angle. That works. Okay. And so now, actually, let's try this again. Let's see what we get. I'm gonna wet a little bit here. And remember, this is, the mineral paper is not absorbent. It's made of rocks. Calcium carbonate, so limestone, shells, that sort of thing. And I don't know if you can see in my pan here, but you can see some of the multiple colors in it. So that's exciting to me. So let's see here what we get. Oh, yeah. Okay. I really didn't, I don't like that other paper. I will use it, but I won't buy it again. And that is the, what is it? New York Central Art Supply. I got it at Jerry's Artorama, and I just don't care for it. So, nothing wrong with the paper, I just don't like it the way it does. So, and since I'm painting for me, it actually matters a lot what I think. That's the beauty of just doing art for fun as opposed to for a client, or, you know, been there, done that. And clients almost never like what the artist wants to do. They want, of course, because they're paying, they want what they want, and I respect that. But I prefer to just paint as opposed to making anybody besides me happy. And being retired, disabled, whatever words you want to use, gives me that flexibility. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Wow. That's yummy. I will be getting more of the mineral paper. So you are probably going to get bombarded by images about or with mineral paper. And that makes me ridiculously happy. This is the best example of what this paint can do. When I give it space to separate out, it is just glorious. And it doesn't, I mean, look at the huge difference. This is the paper I mean, it's got its uses, and I will use it, but I may use it more for oil pastel and engram watercolors and QOR watercolors, because it's wasting the potential of this particular paint. So and I would have to use a fixative on this, because it would just immediately wipe away if it gets wet again. Oh, wow. Yes. And I highly recommend, anytime you get new supplies, spend a little bit of time to get to know the material, the paper, the paint, everything, so that you can know what to expect. I'm gonna use a spray bottle here. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's just absolutely gloriously beautiful to me. I like this as much as I didn't like the other. So, yeah. And as I'm always saying in the videos, do what makes you happy, and this makes me very happy. And now I'm going to use the hairdryer and see if I can move this around. I think I've used all the colors. I'm not sure, actually. Oh, okay, that is that color. Does what salt does on paper when you spray this fiber paper. So yeah, and let me see if I can maybe move stuff with the hairdryer here. If I was on a flat surface, I would be able to move it, I think. And also the high setting would move it, but then I would lose my lights because my trailer has some funky electric, but that's okay. Okay, I have learned some very interesting and helpful stuff from this. And because I'm just all about experimentation, let's see what happens if I put some oil pastel on here too. And this is clear, transparent. So I'll do this over here. Okay. And I'll do a little bit through here and see if I can maybe protect some of that. Well, it holds up really well to dried paint on here, which is kind of surprising to me. I thought for sure this would ruin the surface. Now, when I get it wet, I'm sure that it will. And the only way to know is to try. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna use the morning broom, B-R-U-M-E. Look how awesome that is. And as expected, once the paint gets wet again, it moves. But not until it's wet. So the possibilities here are so exciting. And it did pick up some of the oil pastel. I don't know if you can see that in there or not. But that is something that will happen. And you need to be aware that that's going to happen so you can plan for it and not ruin your brushes. Okay, so now I'm going to dry this and see what happens. And now I'm going to see what happens if I spritz dry paint as opposed to this all happened, this beautiful texture happened with wet paint. So let's try and see what happens here. Nothing much, but if I do it more, oh yeah, I can reactivate the paint, which is exactly what I thought would happen. And with the dryer, I can move it around. Oh, that's exciting. I don't know if you can see what's happening here. Okay, and let's try a little bit of my Daler Rowney or Roni FW white acrylic ink. Let's see, where do I want to try this? A little bit right here, so it'll go across both paint and oil pastel. And then I'll do just a little tiny bit right there. And I'm gonna spritz it. Oh, did you see the explosion? Oh, oh my God. I'm sorry. I got really, that excited me. Oh, yes, it did. I love experimenting and finding new ways of breaking the rules, so to speak. I love it. Oh, I do. I just love this so very much. Oh, yeah. Okay, now let's try alcohol ink in the middle of all this. And this is honeycomb. It's a really pretty color. But, yeah. There we go. Ruined my teeth doing that, but you know. One must suffer for one's art. That's a joke. That does some cool stuff too. And I can smell the alcohol. I can smell! Oh my god! Ever since I've had COVID in 2022, my sense of smell has been extremely hit or miss. And I can smell right now. I smelled the alcohol. Woohoo! It doesn't do much, or it doesn't take much to get me really excited about anything related to art. This is a silicone shaper, so I am going to test this as well. Exactly, it would go straight to white, which is great. Unless it's on the oil pastel, and then it won't. So cool. And last but not least, I am going to use some of my Artfinity liquid watercolor. And I'm doing the magenta. This is just a little bit of water. Well, what do you know? Does some really neat stuff. Oh, this is so exciting. Now I just dipped the shaper in water. And let's see here if I can. Yes, I can. That's exactly what I thought. Oh, this is beautiful. This is why I'm willing to put money on art supplies and eat rice and beans, that kind of thing. I mean, I'm not in any dire shape. I was before my disability went through. I was penniless and homeless. But now I get my disability, and I can take care of everything I need to take care of and have a little left over for things that makes my soul incredibly happy, like this. And I could sit here and play with this the entire day. I won't, for your sake. But just know that when you use mineral paper, and this is, it says this is a set, do not separate. I don't know, but it's, I think it was like $12 for 30 sheets, which is actually pretty inexpensive. And it's 8.6 inches by 11.7 inches. So it's a good size. This may become my go-to paper because I am in love with how this looks. And one last thing I want to try. What happens if I do a little bit of ink when everything's kind of dry? Just using that shaper again. And this is over the alcohol ink and paint. And one thing I love about these shapers is, you know, you can use the tip and get very small details, depending on the size that you're using, of course. And then you can use them flat to kind of spread things better. All right. Well, I'm going to call this a mitigated success. Here are the big swatches, and you can see here, and if I add just a little drop of water, I can make it do more. So I really do love these watercolors. I am a fan of White Nights, particularly the granulating of all stripes, and particularly this most recent experiment and purchase and experiment of Metamorphosis super granulating tri-color. So, yep, beautiful. So here are our results. This is it on paper. This is just the swatches. This is on the Canson paper, and then the mineral paper, which is beyond my expectations of gloriousness. So this was, I believe, before taxes and stuff, it was like $55. So I think this is well worth it. These Art Affinity from Jerry's Artorama were $3.39 a bottle, which I think is extremely good. If I'm remembering properly, I think this was like $11. And the mineral paint here was $11.99, I think. Of course, since my stroke, I don't really understand numbers the way I used to, so just look them up. And if you have any questions or feedback, as always, I love getting your feedback on different things. So, until we meet again, my friends, do what makes you happy. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And this has been Stroke by Stroke. Thanks for joining.